Hey guys, Jungle Explorer here, and what I'm going to do today is kind of show you the settings on this Clobo 16 megapixel game camera. Some people have been commenting on my game camera reviews asking how to do the settings on these cameras, and of course I kind of take it for granted that I've used a lot of game cameras and it seems kind of simple to me to use the settings, but I guess if you're new to game camera technology and you haven't used a whole bunch of them, I can understand why some people might be confused by the terminologies and the settings. So what I'm going to do is just going to show you how to set this thing up real quickly. This is going to be a short video, and I'm going to go through the settings as quickly as possible and try to cover as many as I can. So let's get right to it. Okay, so here we got it, and we're going to turn it to the test position, not to the on position. There's the on position, there's the test position. We're going to go to test. Up here you have the menu button right there next to the OK button. Let's go ahead and hit that. Alright, so first we have the mode. Now under mode you can go to photo only, just taking pictures, or you can do video, just take video, or you can do photo plus video. And so you can choose which mode that you want to. When you choose the mode that you want, just press OK. It goes back. Now the PIR interval means the time in between activation. Basically it's going to activate because something moved in front of it, and then it's going to take the pictures and the video, and then there's going to be a delay time interval between the next time that the PIR will become available and start sensing motion again, because you don't really want it to be like every second, because an animal might be walking in front of it for 10 minutes and it'll take 1,000 pictures. So there you can set the PIR interval to anything. Let's see what options we have here. Oops, let's go back here, go down, go into it. We have 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes, all the way up to 30 minutes is your maximum interval between shots. Okay, so we will select 10 minutes, which I think is a good time frame, and then you go to your PIR level. And this is how sensitive the motion detection is, and so we'll enter that. You have high, low, or middle. I usually start by setting it on high. If I get too many false positives where the camera is taking pictures and videos of nothing, I'll move it down to middle or low after that. But I always start out on high, okay? So we'll leave it on high. We'll go to the next one. Infrared lamps, hunting, okay? What this is there are two different levels of the LEDs here, how bright they're going to get. If you're hunting, they're going to get a little brighter. If it's for security, you don't want people with human eyes being able to see these, because sometimes these will illuminate, even though it doesn't produce any visible light. If you're looking right at the camera, you can actually see these little LEDs. You can see the LEDs here. They'll glow a little bit red, and a human might see the camera if they see them. So if it's in security mode, it's going to be they're going to be dimmer and not nearly as noticeable. In hunting, they're going to be a little brighter. Okay, so you choose which one you want there. I always use it. I don't use it for security. I use it for hunting, so I'll leave it in hunting. Okay, now your capture number. This is going to be how many pictures that you can take. You can take 1, 2, or 3 pictures each time the shutter is activated or the camera is activated. I always leave it on 3 because we have digital storage, and it doesn't cost anything. Okay, video length is how long you want it to record. All right, you can start at 10 seconds and all the way up to 5 minutes, and that's how long the recorders. So when it goes off, this one will take 3 pictures, and then after that it will take 1 10-second video, or you can set it up to 5 minutes. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Now the next one, video size, obviously is the sizes. You've got 27p, 1080p, VGA, or wide VGA. those aren't very good. I always set mine at maximum. Again, digital storage is free, doesn't cost anything, so always set it to maximum, and that's just my rule of thumb. So we'll go ahead and leave it there. Next, we have language English. You can, let's see what we can choose from here. French, Dutch, Chinese, Spanish, and okay, so you have some languages. If you speak a different language, it will go in. Alright, you can set your clock by choosing that and going through your menu. You can use the side buttons now to go through the date and all that stuff, so you can set your clock. And it's going to work on military time, so it's going to be a 24-hour clock. So essentially 1500 hours is 3 o'clock in the afternoon PM. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit menu to exit that. Oops. Okay, go back. Set clock. Stamp. This is if you want the time and date to be stamped on the video or the images so that you know when they're taken, or if you don't want to have any time and date stamped on them. I always like to know when an image and what time is taken, because, you know, I use them for hunting and I want to track the movements of animals. Okay, so this here is your photo size. 16 megapixels is the maximum, and again, you've got 12, 8, but since digital storage is free and it's not costing us anything, I'll always leave it set to maximum. Okay, next we have the software version, which sometimes they may release a firmware for these cameras, which you can update it, so that'll tell you the software version. If you wanted to record audio, you can turn the audio on or off. I always leave the audio on. Time-lapse recording. Now, this is a little bit different. If you want to film a time-lapse scene, you can actually set it in a place, and it's going to take a picture ever so often, and it's going to convert a bunch of sequences of pictures into a single video. So you can do time-lapse recording if you want to. I don't usually use that because I just don't want it taking pictures constantly. I want it to take pictures of things when they come along, and that's why it has the motion on there. So I leave that to off, but you can use it if you want to. Timer settings, okay? Timer settings is if you want the camera to come on and off at a certain time. So if you don't want to monitor an area 24 hours a day, you can turn it on, and then you can set the time that the camera is going to come on. Let's say you just want to monitor from 8 p.m. in the evening to 8 a.m. in the morning. You can set the timer and turn it on and let it monitor. Okay, now you can actually give your camera a name. Just call it, you know, my camera 1. If you have multiple cameras in different locations and multiple SD cards that you're pulling from those cameras, and you want to know which camera took which picture, you could actually write a custom name in here, and then you would know what picture was taken by what camera. I don't ever use that, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, let's go back. Got software version, camera name, security code. If you are afraid of your camera being stolen, you can actually enter a security code which will require a password to open up the camera and access the camera menu, and I believe it will encode the SD card. I'm not totally sure about that, but anyways, it will password protect the camera, so that if somebody steals your camera, they're not going to be able to use your camera because they will not be able to unlock it. So that kind of is a theft prevention. Well, I mean, basically, it doesn't prevent the device from being stolen, but it prevents the thief from getting any benefit from stealing it. So, you know, that's pretty good. If you want to set everything back to default, you just press on that, and you can go yes and set everything back to default. We're going to go with no and go back there. And there it is. There are all the settings on this camera. That is how you set it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, the Jungle Explorer signing out.